Welcome to Smashville. This is PK Subban.
I'm Dan Hamhuis.
This is Craig Smith.
This is Mike Fisher.
But you need to dig in right now, every guy.
Everybody loves their soldiers until they come home and stop fighting.
Enough is enough.
They need me to bleed, and I'll bleed for my team.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
This is Ryan Johansson. Welcome to Smashville.
This is Philip Forsberg.
I'm Victor Arvidsson.
I'm Ryan Ellis.
I'm Matthias Ekholm.
I'm Beckerin, and you're listening to the Renegades of Puck with Crazy Charlie.
Crazy Charlie puts words in my mouth. You can't trust that guy.
If you can't get some fire, some passion, some energy, and figure out how in the hell to talk about this magnificent sport of hockey that has taken over the city of Nashville, then why are you on the radio? You don't deserve it, and you should do the honorable thing and turn your mic in. You're making a damn fool of yourself.
This is my declaration. I'm coming after every single one of you. The lazy, the tired, the boring voices out there. Your time is up. I'm Crazy Charlie Saunier.
I'm Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Find a way, boys. No more half-stepping.
Now, here's your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the No Half Step in hockey coverage, first let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you learn everything you need to know about the show. And once you click on that merchandise tab, take you straight to our classic logo, tee, and all the gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Whether that's socks, throw pillows, wall art, beds, that's it. Honestly, it makes no difference to us. We've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance. It's an independent and unaffiliated hockey operation known as the Renegades of Puck. So here's how you can jump in the trenches. Please find us over on Instagram, Threads, or Facebook. Those are our primary social media outlets that we like to use. So if you would, give us a like, give us a follow, and give us a subscription, whatever it is. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it doesn't take you but a second, but it sure does go a long way to helping us out here in the trenches. YouTube, we sure do appreciate all of our recent subscribers to the channel. Thank you guys so much. Stick taps, love, and respect. Please let the other Renegades in your life know about the YouTube channel. Always posting new content, and we've got some new stuff coming down the pipe very soon. So we'd appreciate if we could get some more followers over there on the YouTube channel. You can also support the show financially if you would like by making a donation through Venmo. Just go to Venmo and search Renegades of Puck, or take a look. Virtual tip jar over there on the corner of the desk. You can scan that QR code at any time during the episode. Every single dollar goes a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck as we are building a brand new set out here in the bunker. Can't wait to reveal more details of that coming up soon. Now, listen, I know it's time for the No Half Step in hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. Time for operation number 969. That's right, time for show number 969. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division after 57 games skated. They have a record of 20, 30, and 7, 47 points, has them basically all alone in the darkness down there in 7th place. The record on home ice, which is where the Nashville Predators' next game will take place at Bridgestone Arena against the Winnipeg Jets, is 14, 12, and 3. The Preds have scored 147 goals this season. They've given up 189 against. It's a goal differential of minus 42. That number has gotten way out of control. Updated Central Division standings see the Winnipeg Jets currently in first place. They are the Preds' next opponent. We'll talk about them more in just a moment. 85 points is what they are currently sitting at, and they've opened up a very big lead against the Dallas Stars in second place at 76 points, and Minnesota Wild in third place at 72 points. Colorado Avalanche are just on the outside looking into an automatic qualifying playoff spot, but well within the wild card race. 68 points in fourth in the Central. The St. Louis Blues are at 60 points and in fifth place in the Central Division. Utah's at 59. The Predators find themselves at 47. And Chicago Blackhawks find themselves in last place at 41 points, but still creeping up on the Nashville Predators. For the Preds, the upcoming week ahead looks like this. After this game at Bridgestone Arena to wrap up the 4-game homestand against the Winnipeg Jets. Saturday afternoon against the New York Islanders out there on Long Island. Sunday at Madison Square Garden against the New York Rangers. Tuesday in Boston to face off against the Bruins. Then back home on the 6th of March versus the Seattle Kraken. Note, that's a special time, a much later start time than your normal 7 o'clock at Bridgestone Arena. On the 8th of March, the Chicago Blackhawks will be at Bridgestone Arena. For the Predators and the Jets, this is their 4th and final regular season preseason meeting between the Central Division rivals. We go all the way back to November the 23rd when the Nashville Predators picked up a victory against the Winnipeg Jets 4-1 at Bridgestone Arena. UC Saros went 23-24, picking up the victory. The captain Romeo had 2 goals. Marchessault and Stamkos had the other goals. Comrie, 32 of 35, took the loss in that one. Now, the Winnipeg Jets were coming off a back-to-back scenario while the Predators were rested. Still, though, one of the Predators' best wins of the entire season. It was December the 30th when the Nashville Predators went into Winnipeg for the first time this season and fell 3-0. Saros got the loss, 25 out of 28. Hellebuck picks up the shutout with 22 saves. Velarde does the damage with 2 goals. Connors and Ehlers also add 2 points each. On the 7th of January is when these two teams met in Winnipeg for the second time, and it was the Jets coming away with the victory again, 5-2 this time. Saros again with the loss in this one, 26 out of 29. Forsberg and Josi pick up goals for the Preds. Hellebuck, 26 out of 28, picks up the victory. The Jets had 5 different goal scorers in that game. Let's talk about the Winnipeg Jets. Now, first overall in the Central Division, after 58 games skated, they have a record of 41-14-3, 85 points, has them very much clear of all of the competition right now in the Central Division. On the road, the Winnipeg Jets have a great record, 18-9-0. They've scored 208 goals on the season. They've given up 138 goals against. That's a goal differential of plus 70. The Jets also happen to be on a 10-game winning streak currently. 13 out of their last 15 are victories, and yes, they do have one more game against Ottawa before coming to Nashville to face off against the Predators, so the Preds could be catching them in the same scenario that they did back on November the 23rd, where Winnipeg had to play, travel, and then play the Predators, and the Predators are sitting out today after playing last night. So the last recent stretch of completed 5 games for this Winnipeg Jets team on February the 1st, a 5-4 overtime win at the Washington Capitals. On the 4th of February, 3-0 win versus Carolina. On the 7th of February, 4-3 win versus the New York Islanders. On the 22nd, after the Four Nations tournament break, a 4-3 shootout win at St. Louis, and most recently a 2-1 overtime win versus San Jose. Hellebuck getting the victory, 17 out of 18. And again, playing Ottawa on Wednesday night and then traveling to Nashville to face off against the Predators on Thursday. Taking a look inside the NHL ranks and the numbers for these particular teams in this matchup, the goals for Nashville, 2.59, is 30th in the NHL, while the Winnipeg Jets are at 3.57 goals per game. That's 3rd best overall in the National Hockey League. The Winnipeg Jets also companion that with the goals against statistic at 2.38 goals per game. That is best overall, 1st best overall, in the league. Goals against for Nashville, 3.30 per game, is 27th overall in the NHL. The Preds do have a top 10 metric with the shots on goal category, 29.8. This is one of the few places where the Predators will be ahead of the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets at 28.4 shots on goal are 17th in the league. In shots against, the Winnipeg Jets, 27.9 given up per game, is 12th, while the Predators are giving up 29.5 against per game. That is 26th. Now, the power play for the Winnipeg Jets, extremely impressive. 32.5% conversion rate at this time of the season is otherworldly. That's best in the NHL, and they've converted 51 times on 157 power play opportunities. The Predators' power play is not that good. 20.6% conversion rate is 20th overall in the league. 33 conversions on 160 opportunities, so 18 less power play conversions than the Winnipeg Jets on the season, with more opportunities, 3 more to be exact. Penalty kill for the Preds, 80.5% kill rates, 11th overall in the NHL. They've given up 32 power play goals against, while the Winnipeg Jets kill rate is 79.3%, 15th overall in the league, 31 power play goals against. When it comes to the individual scoring leaders for each of these teams, and again, the Winnipeg Jets will play against the Senators on Wednesday night, so these could change, but not that much. Connor is currently leading with 30 goals, 41 assists, 71 total points, and typically has very good games against the Nashville Predators. Scheifele has the most goals on the team currently at 32 plus 33 assists for 65 total points. Velarde's already torched the Preds once this season. He has 26 total goals, 27 assists for 53. Ehlers 18 and 32 for 50, and Morrissey 8 goals, 39 assists for 47 total points. Or on the Nashville Predators side of the ledger, Philip Forsberg leads the way with 21 goals, 32 assists for 53 points. But these numbers are so stagnant over the last couple of games. March, so second on the team in scoring, 18 goals, 27 assists for 45 points. The captain, Romaniossi's at 9 goals, 29 assists for 38 points. Ryan O'Reilly, 14 and 20 for 34. And Steven Stamkos at 17 goals and 16 assists for 33 points. Stamkos in the biggest drought offensively of his entire career right now. At one point, I thought he would have a 30-goal season without too much struggle, and now it's wonder if he's going to get to 20 goals. I mean, I know that sounds insane to say with only 3 goals to get there, but Steven Stamkos is in a drought that we have never seen him go through in his entire career. All right, in net, UC Saros, 12, 23, and 6, 2.90 goals against, 901 save percentage with 4 shutouts on the season. Connor Hellebuck, 35 wins, 7 losses, 2 overtime losses, so 2.04 goals against average, 925 save percentage, and 6 shutouts. He is clear and away the leader for the Vezina Trophy this year, and right now he is the best in the NHL and has a long rivalry in career against this Nashville Predators team. As a matter of fact, he has picked up the 2 victories that the Winnipeg Jets have over the Predators this season. So it's the 4th game of the regular season, meeting 2 teams going opposite directions. The Jets, the top of the division, the Predators approaching the very bottom of the division, but could be a fun rivalry game on Thursday night at Bridgestone Arena. No matter what, you're all set up for it. Now, let's go back to the Rebirth Sports Bowl game recap. Florida Panthers came to town, and we'll talk about it.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to February 25th, the year 2025, when the Nashville Predators were hosting the Florida Panthers at Bridgestone Arena. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Marchessault, Stamkos, Svechkov, and Nyquist, Bellows, Novak, Evangelista, Smith, McCarron, and Sissons. Your defensive pairings are Yossi and Shen, Shea and Blankenberg, England and Barron. UC Saros gets the start in net. We are 23 seconds into the first period, and it's UC Saros coming with a save on Ekblad. That is the first shot on goal in activity of the game. It would take less than a minute to get to the first special team scenario because at 58 seconds of the first, McCarron's off to the box. 2 minutes for puck over the glass, and the Florida Panthers are wasting no time at all as Bennett puts his 19th goal of the season in. It was an easy tap in behind UC Saros to give the Florida Panthers a 1-0 lead here early at Bridgestone Arena. The 2:43 mark of the first period, Greer's off the box. 2 minutes for hooking. That's going to give the Nashville Predators their first power play opportunity of the game. Knight would come up with a save on Marchessault, but even that shot would not really be high quality. The Preds would be pushed to the outside, and that power play would come and go without much happening. We go to the 4:52 mark now of the first period, where Knight comes up with a save on the captain, Romaniosi. 6:36 now of the first period. UC Saros comes with a save on Ekblad. 8:09, Marchessault absolutely rips one off the crossbar. We have a premature goal horn as the referee's arms go straight out, indicating no goal play. Moves on. 9:59 now with the first period. UC Saros coming with a save on Verhaeghe. The 11:01 mark of the first period. It's Knight coming with a save on O'Reilly. 13:37 now of the first period. UC Saros comes up with a save on Rodriguez. 15:09, Knight a save on Shea. And at 18:28 of the first, it's Evangelista off the box. 2 minutes for goalie interference. Lost an edge behind the net. Collided with Knight. Got himself 2 minutes. Saros has to go to work coming up with a save on Ekblad. Then Saros comes up with a save on Reinhart. We hit the end of the first period with the Panthers leading 1-0 and also outshooting Nashville 11-7. A carryover of 28 seconds of power play time onto the clean sheet of the second period. The Predators would not give up a single shot on goal during the continuation. We hit the 2-minute mark of the second period, and we find McCarron versus Gadjevich, 5 minutes each for fighting. McCarron, spicy in this one, was looking for a go, and he found a tilt. 2:27 now of the second. Knight comes with a save on Marchessault at the 4:20 mark of the second period. period. It's sort of with his first goal of his career. All alone on the rush. He goes bar down, and Barron goes down as well and out of the play, giving up another first goal in career history to an opposing player. The Nashville Predators seem to specialize in that. Florida now leads 2-0. 7:55 of the second period now. Saros comes up with a save on Forsling. 10:22 of the second. Bennett off the box. 2 minutes for boarding on Yossi. And I've got to say, felt this deserved more than 2 minutes. The captain, Roman Yossi, ended up being injured, did not leave the game immediately, but left the game at the end of the second period, did not return. So the Predators do get a power play, but they lose their captain. Knight comes up with a save on Forsberg. Knight then comes up with a save on O'Reilly, and that would be it for the Predators' power play. 12:34 now of the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Belinsky at 13:31. Smith off the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. UC Saros comes up with a save on Bennett. That would be the last of the activity for the second period. The Florida Panthers leading 2-0, out shooting the Nashville Predators 16-14. And as word filters through the locker room that the captain, Romeo will not return for the third period due to the hit by Bennett, you can tell that the Predators came out of the locker room and there was a mission. Schenn immediately goes after Bennett. No fight. Bennett denies the invitation to fight, gets thrown down, but no penalties come of that. You can tell that the referees were giving quite a bit of grace right there. Schenn deserved a penalty, did not get called for a penalty, but Bennett should have answered the call. That's why the refs didn't give a penalty right there. So, for 30 now of the third period, it's McCarron with his third goal of the season. A spinning backhand of his own rebound gets the Predators on the board. The Florida Panthers are leading 2-1 at 5:33 of the third period. Sissons off the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. Saros comes up with a save on Reinhart, and as the Florida Panthers are trying to jam away for the rebound, Cole Smith grabs Bennett, and they are about to have a go, and it was an angry fight indeed. 5 minutes each for the two. The power play for the Florida Panthers would continue. Saros picks up with a save on Verhaeghe, and then Saros another save on Rodriguez. Penalty kill is able to hold strong, but when we hit the backside of the sheet, we find ourselves at 9:02 of the third period, and Forsling scoring his 9th goal of the season. It was a soft goal from the half wall. As a matter of fact, O'Reilly, on the closer look on the replay, deflected that with his stick. So when your netminder is even suffering deflections from his own forwards in the net area, it is just a tough night. Florida leads 3-1 at 14:25 of the third period. Lundell puts the puck in the net. Sharp angle put back with Saros down and out. But the play is challenged for goalie interference, and it is overturned after a somewhat lengthy review. And it goes back to being 3-1 now. We go to the 15-19 mark now, and Forsberg and Belinsky are cross-checking the bejesus out of each other. They'll be off to the box 2 minutes each. But this was pretty vicious out there. 15:32 of the third period. It's Samsevich, a 9th goal of the season, turnover by the D. Easy finish for the Florida Panthers, who win this game by a score of 4-1. The Nashville Predators looked like they were going to get back into it for just a moment there when it was 2-1 early in the third period, but the Preds fall 4-1. Could have been 5-1 if not for a goalie interference. Called the Florida Panthers outshoot the Nashville Predators 25-19, and for the Nashville Predators now outscored 9-1 in the last 2 home games. Things are looking just as bleak as they could possibly be. It's just been a complete power outage on the offensive side of things by this Nashville Predators team. Where is Steven Stamkos? Where are the Predators scorers up front? You can't block shots and just hope to win games. It's not going to work that way. So that's going to do it for this game. The Nashville Predators fall to the Florida Panthers. One more game to go on this homestand. We'll be back to break it down, analysis, box score, so much more on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been. what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in Renegades of Puck podcast. Time to do some analysis on that. Nashville Preds versus Florida Panthers game is the third game of a 4-game homestand. The Nashville Preds came out of the Four Nations tournament break looking very good against the Colorado Avalanche to open this homestand. Then, of course, got absolutely run out of the rink by the New Jersey Devils. And now, well, frankly, the same thing happened against the Florida Panthers. UC Saros, 21 out of 25 in this game, left defenseless. O'Reilly even deflecting a puck into the Predators' own net. So a very difficult night for UC Saros. Barron falling down and falling out of the way defensively. The Nashville Preds simply not fielding a proper defense core out there without Roman Josi. It is really, really getting ugly. When I say left defenseless, I mean UC Saros had players all alone in front of him all game long. When it comes to Michael McCarron, he gets the first analysis point as far as the skaters go because he picked up a goal. He had 2 shots on goal. He also had a fight in this game in 13:05 of total time on ice, and he was out there trying to be a difference maker and trying to get things done. And when nobody on the top 3 lines is making a difference or making an impact whatsoever, to have the only goal in the game, also to have a fight, and to be one of the shot leaders on the team from the 4th line center position, that is highly improbable. McCarron deserves some credit for continuing to go out there and play hockey. Listen, you can't always control the scoreboard, but you can control your energy, your effort, your enthusiasm, and you can control what you do out there on your next shift. And Michael McCarron is way more noticeable right now than Steven Stamkos or several other players on this team. Cole Smith also picks up an assist and has a fight, getting some retribution for the captain, Roman Josi. He went after Bennett and had an angry fight, and then went and sat in the box, chirped a little bit more. 11:21 total time on ice. Again, another player out there trying to find a way to make a difference. The Predators aren't going to win games on Cole Smith's back, but Cole Smith is out there trying to do everything he can on his shift. You can say the same exact thing for Colton Sissons, who we'll talk about next, who also had an assist in this game, 2 shots on goal, and only 13:25 of total time on ice. None of these players are the time on ice leaders on full time or on the power play, but they're the 3 players that got the damn job done, and it's the 4th line for the Predators is the only one making an impact in the last 2 games. Michael McCarron picking up the only goal for the Predators. Let's mention Steven Stamkos for a minute, because let's put him on a milk carton. I mean, where is he? 18:27 in total time on ice and only 1 shot on goal. Where is Steven Stamkos? He is a veteran. He is a prolific offensive threat in this league, and by now, at the 57-game mark of the season, he should have things going in the right direction. They have tried putting him at center. They've tried putting him at wing. They've tried putting him on the first line, the second line, multiple different combinations, and for whatever reason, nothing seems to be working out with Steven Stamkos. Now listen, I don't know that the Predators are going to be big movers at the trade deadline, but Steven Stamkos may not be a fit for this Nashville Predators team. Who has he developed chemistry with over 57 games? Where has he gone to? I understand that there are some frustrations within the room, but you cannot have star players that are at the top level of this league coming out and having career offensive droughts when they sign a big contract for a new team. Steven Stamkos needs to appear somewhere besides the back of a milk carton. The captain, Roman Josi, 15:39 total time on ice, did not play the 3rd period. Bennett, cheap shot. He did answer for it finally by fighting Cole Smith in the 3rd period, but for Bennett, he's a better player than that. He's big, he's strong, he's physical, he's not afraid to go to those areas, but he is a goal scorer, and he is a real talent in the NHL level, and I've got to tell you, seeing that cheap shot that he put on another star player at this level, it really, really pissed me off to see that. Bennett, I think, is one of the better players of this particular era, the last 2-3 years, and I hate seeing a player take a cheap shot like that. The captain, Roman Josi, we do not know his status for this next game, but Bennett certainly lost a few notches when it comes to my opinion of him. That's it for the analysis, because I'm getting too worked up. Let's hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital Solutions. Let's come back. Let's go through the box score, and then let's get out of here and enjoy that nice weather. Right back. Renegades of Puck podcast.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way, from startup to full-time operation.
Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions. Welcome back in. Time for the good cold hard numbers known as the box score right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm a little bit worked up, so let's work our way through these numbers and let's see if we can avoid getting too riled up. Michael McCarron scores the only goal for the Nashville Predators in this game. Colton Sissons and Cole Smith have the only assist. That covers all of your scoring. When it comes to shots on goal, the Predators were led by Philip Forsberg with 4 shots on goal, and then Jonathan Marchessault with 3. McCarron had 2. O'Reilly had 2, and Sissons also with 2 blocked shots. 4 for England, 3 for Shea, 3 for Colton Sissons. The physical component of the game, Luke Schenn had 4 hits in this game. Philip Forsberg had 3. Kiefer Bellows had 2, and Colton Sissons also had 2. By the way, Kiefer Bellows only skated 6:40 in total time on ice after waiting all that time to finally make his debut with the Predators. Only gets an opportunity at 6:40 in total time on ice. Your time on ice leaders, since we're in that category right now, 18:48 for Jonathan Marchessault, leads all forwards, 18:27 for Stamkos, and 17:47 for Gus Nyquist. None of those players appearing anywhere on the score sheet. For the defense, things skewed from their normal, having to step up and pick up the extra minutes for Roman Josi. Ends up being Nick Blankenberg at 23:03 total time on ice for this game, 22:41 for Brady Shea. And again, the captain only going 15:39 in this game. When it comes to the power play time on ice leaders, Preds power play was 0 for 2 in this game. 2:40 for Steven Stamkos, 2:38 for Jonathan Marchessault, 2:39 for the captain Roman Josi. Ineffective, and the Predators failed to get it done. When it comes to the penalty kill, the Predators 4 for 5. Too many penalties. Too many times shorthanded. The penalty kill does deserve some recognition right here. Your time on ice leaders at 3:58 for the game. Michael McCarron. So Michael McCarron skated 13:05 total. 3:58 of that was shorthanded, and he's the only goal scorer for the team. 3:51 for Colton Sissons, 3:21 for Gus Nyquist. Down on the defensive side of things, getting just absolutely worn out with too many minutes shorthanded. 4:44 for Brady Shea, 4:24 for Nick Blankenberg, 3:13 for Andreas Englund. So for the Nashville Predators, just not a good look. This box score is just revealing how bad they really were against the Florida Panthers. UC Saros 21 out of 25. 4 goals against, an in-game save percentage of .840. 13 even strength saves. 8 power play saves. 8 power play saves. The Nashville Predators got lit up in this one. They left their goaltender defenseless, and they did absolutely nothing to respond on the attack. Bennett was the only one made to pay a price in this entire game. The box score, the power play 0-4-2. The penalty kill 4 for 5. The Predators lose the special teams battle dramatically. Face-off winning percentage 48.3%. 19 hits, 21 block shots, 3 takeaways, 21 giveaways. Absolutely terrible puck protection in this game. The Nashville Predators basically just got ragdolled up and down the ice by this Florida Panthers team. They had their way with them from start to finish in this one, and the final score was 4-1. And you know what? We'll wrap it up right here by saying it's getting ridiculous. You came out of the Four Nations tournament break with a solid effort against the Colorado Avalanche and screaming from the mountaintop about how it was going to be a new identity, a new mentality, blocking shots, playing defense. And I told you that that was great for one game, but how is that going to continue and consist with Philip Forsberg, with Steven Stamkos, with Jonathan Marchessault, with Ryan O'Reilly and Gus Nyquist as your top 6 forwards? They're not going to sit back and block shots and just play defense. These are players that want to score goals. Well, the Predators immediately got out of that mindset in the next game against the New Jersey Devils. And what happened? Run out of the rink. Now run out of the rink by the Florida Panthers. And, I don't know, the best team in the NHL with the best goaltender in the NHL, the Winnipeg Jets, are the next opponent. Maybe it's what the Predators need. Maybe they need that measuring stick to come in here. Maybe they need to get slapped around another night before they finally start to figure it out. I keep hearing about the frustrations in the room. It's starting to boil over into their interviews. It's starting to percolate out there onto the ice. But listen, the organization, unless they're about to make significant changes in the next week leading up to the trade deadline, then it's going to be like this the rest of the way. There's no reason to get yourself all spun up. Even I'm getting myself riled up, and I know if the GM is going to keep the head coach and not going to make a bunch of moves, then this season is something they're looking for a mulligan on. They're not looking to fix it. They're looking to reboot and start again next year with the same GM, with the same head coach, the same captain, and the same free agents they signed this year. They'll use injuries. They'll use adjustment periods. They'll use all of those things as excuses going into the summer session. But for the Predators, they need to just figure out what they're going to do the remainder of the way. Either you're going to bottom out and utilize all of those first-round draft picks that you have, or you're going to keep telling everyone that you have a new identity every third game just to see it exposed in front of everybody on the broadcast and everybody in the building. And by the way, in the building, 2 home games out of this 3-game homestand where I feel like the visitors, the tourists, were much louder than the Predators fans in the building. And maybe that's because the Predators fans had given up and gone home by the third period. But this is 2 games in a row now where I've heard the visiting team get a chant going for their team and it not be drowned out by a Let's Go Predators or, frankly, anything. This season, I think everybody wants a mulligan on at this point. I think that everybody is pretty much checking out. I can tell you since the return of the Four Nations tournament after the break, the numbers here on the show are just in a nosedive. It's 75 degrees outside this studio right now and sunny. Who wants to hear a hockey analyst go on and on about a 7th place team that has absolutely no hope of getting anything done this season and who is not trajecting to do anything this season? What's the plan? Is the plan simply, well, everybody gets one, and this is that one? We won't be around next season to be covering it if that's what this is. If it's just a full bottom out, then we have 30 episodes to go before we wrap up this particular podcast right here in the Renegades of Puck. And if this is it, man. It's pretty damn disappointing. All right, that's it. I'm going outside. I'm going to enjoy the weather as well. Please just keep supporting the show and clicking on the show. I've been working very hard on this thing for 14 years, and I'm going to continue working on it through the end of the season no matter what happens. So regardless, I'll be here in the bunker. I hope you'll join me. Stick taps, love, and respect, my good Renegades. Whew.